Depresie, anxietate, tulburări nervoase sunt bolile cumplite ale vremurilor noastre. Care sunt însă soluțiile pentru aceste probleme, cum putem găsi echilibrul și cum putem găsi fericirea, aflăm într-un interviu exclusiv acordat emisiunii Fresh Refresh de către profesorul Giorgio Nardone.
Profesorul Giorgio Nardone este psihoterapeut și expert în coaching. Este unul dintre inițiatorii terapiei strategice, o adevărată școală de gândire. Terapia strategică este o terapie psihologică revoluționară. Se axează pe căutarea soluțiilor. Într-un interviu exclusiv Fresh Refresh, ne-a explicat cum putem găsi cele mai bune soluții pentru problemele cu care ne confruntăm și cum ne putem construi fericirea.
In the field of mathematical logic, there are a branch named the strategic logic. Strategic logic is different by rational logic, usual logic, because to move in the direction to solve the problem, you move not from the starting point, but to the goal to be reached. And you build the model of intervention coming back from the objective to the starting point. In a specific problem as the most important pathology or sometimes problem in organization, the logic that is lying the problem is different, is paradoxical, is contradictory, is a logical belief. So you have to use an alternative logic, using paradoxes, using contradiction, using stratagems.
Which is the main problem that most of your patients have?
Okay, you know, is a worldwide knowledge that 20% of people suffering of fear and obsessive problem. So phobic, obsessive, compulsive problem are the most popular all around the world. There are many variations inside this area. The most frequent are panic attack and obsessive compulsive disorders. Okay. And we have set up since 25 years ago specific protocols to treat these really invalidating pathology.
I am wondering if the grown-ups from today that are facing problems have the roots of their problems in their childhood.
Okay, this is another really good question. Some problem, yes, some problem, no. For example, the most part of psychopathologies, of course, are the product of the evolution from childhood to adolescence, and show in their really validating force in adolescence, the most part. Other problems appear in adolescence and even in adulthood age. So all the cycle of life present to us problems to be solved, and we are not able to face successfully with this problem. We run the risk to fall in a trap.
So, our own trap.
Yeah, our own trap. Always, because you know, we have always build our reality.
How can we make the difference between fake problems and real problems?
Doesn't exist.
Problems.
Doesn't exist a difference between everything you believe is real. You know, it's the same problem of what is the difference between illusion and reality. It's the same, because if I am believing in an illusion, is my reality. Many patients suffering of depression suffer not seemingly real problem, but invented problem, ideas. For example, the idea that other people refuse me. not real, but if I believe it, I face with this reality.
Very tricky.
Very tricky. But we have built up in tricky way because our perception continuously invent the reality. Because we have made in a way that our senses are not so precise. Even our mind processes are not precise. For example, our memory invent continuously our past. When we think about a memory, depending by the state we are in that moment, we are getting different memories of the same event.
Is it true that most of the people today, 2014, don't live the present? They are always trapped in their thoughts, they are planning their past and their future that they think will be their future?
The modern risk is that too much information render people really incapable to manage with the reality. And so the problem is not, from my point of view, not to be in the present, entrapped in the past or in the future. No, the problem is that we are facing with too much things at the same time. And we need to learn how to select what to do before, what to do later. It's really important. Is a really modern therapy or preventive way is to know what you need to forget.
To know what you need to forget.
Okay, because it's really important. You cannot take in your mind at the same time such a lot of informations. So you need to learn, okay, this is not important. But you know, if you learn to do that, you are not cancelling it, but you put it in your memory, long-term memory. And you can, if you need, recap that when you need to do that. And this is a way to stay in the present, because you choose what to do now, what to do later, okay? Avoiding to be entrapped in these really overwhelming sea of informations.
If we don't realize that we have a problem, I don't know from which reason, what is your advice in order to live our life the way we should?
Okay, okay, is a strange replay because, you know, if you consider a really successful top manager leading his company in really strong, straightforward way, her rigidity and his capacity to follow the vision but to exclude all other things is really close to a delusional thinking of really severe patients that are in delirating situation, following only delusional thinking. But on one hand, you have a successful man or woman. On the other hand, you have really suffering patients. So the problem is not to be aware about I have a problem, I have not a problem. Again, is a self-deceptive process. The problem is that I am successfully in living my life. I am enjoying my life. I am getting the goal that I like to reach. This is the difference.
What means happiness and unhappiness? Many people are complaining, I am unhappy, unhappy, unhappy. What means this unhappiness?
Okay, this is a really personal point of view. From my point of view, everybody must to construct his her happiness day by day, ameliorating him or herself. An ancient philosopher said, the day you stop to elevate yourself, you are going down. So, happiness from my point of view is insist to render yourself better day by day. Happiness is not to reach an objective, but working for reaching it. It is not the arrival, is the trip to arrive.